if that's really a thing, and I get authorized to do it once, it's pretty much gonna be me sitting there talking shit, like, constantly.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
I have one cup, not so strong, of Bustelo Frio, my own recipe. So we'll be good to go.
Share some energy.
Broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence this 1 April. Man, 1 April 2021. Sergeant's Time. WTF Moments. WTF Nation Radio. Man. Well, anyways. So, how you guys doing? Man, Spanky, you alright? You,
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make
I
sure.
went shopping today.
Oh, okay.
Like, Mother Nature is trying to kill me. That's why I sound like this with the allergies.
I know, I'm about to say, you sound like you got the allergy bug on you.
I do. I don't have the COVID.
You don't have, I'm about to say, you don't have the vid.
I'm allergic to this time of year.
You got the Vidvax or something like that?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Okay. So
I'm too little. I'm too young for that still.
Oh man! So everybody, welcome here, real quick, to WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army WTF Moments, broadcasting on all the pipes. All the pipes are broadcasting in the green. So you're listening to us on Twitter at WTF Nation Radio. You're listening to us on 2 Facebook pages and YouTube and on Twitch. You can listen to us on Twitch. So. If you guys don't feel like that, you want to nerd out and you want to watch a couple streams while you're gaming, you can watch us also on. Yes, I have no video. I rarely don't do any video because I'm not animated like CQ enough. I mean, I am animated, but I'm not. So I don't have all these cool, all this wigwag. He's got like all these special effects and stuff. And I don't know. I'm a traditionalist. You just need to hear the sound of my voice, and you'll be good to go. Just concentrate on your leg tucks and. You'll be high, you know what I mean?
Yeah, y'all don't want to see me blow my nose like every 3 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not hot. And I don't want to put on clothes.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing too, because if I want to sit here and just sit in my t-shirt and Ranger panties, like actually that's how I normally broadcast anyways, in t-shirt and Ranger panties, and I'm sitting here drinking my cold cup. And yeah, exactly that, Spanky. I mean, last time when you did something, we were talking, and you accidentally put your camera on. You're like, you were in a hoodie and all that. I'm like, what the hell?
All right.
You know what I mean?
It was cold.
Yeah.
That's what
I was about to say, you're like, why? You're like, oh wait, man, I'm fucking on my camera. And the next thing you know, pop, I see you in a hoodie. I'm like, whoa, Ted Kaczynski looking and shit. So, anyways. Man, so it's been a weird day. I guess some organizations right now, they're gonna have a 3-day weekend. And
they are.
Yeah.
Easter is on Sunday.
Right. Yeah, Easter's on Sunday. Is Easter on God? Oh shit!
Yes.
No wonder the boy was asking about a basket.
Yeah. So get that boy a basket.
Oh my God. That's right.
Get that boy a basket.
That's right. No, well, he has. Obviously, I'm a fan of the Star Wars dumb stuff, and I like Star Wars, and he has a little Easter basket, and it's Darth Vader's helmet, and so I think he wants the new one because there's the new Star Wars cartoons coming out called The Bad Batch, and he's getting all excited, and so he's actually like freaking, he's just like, want a basket. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm thinking, what the hell you? I'm like, I'm so out of tune of like what's going on with the kids. Like, what the hell are you talking about? You want to get a basket? What do you mean a basket? Whatever, dude. You're not. Oh wait, and then you just said it right now. feel sorry.
Yes,
I gotta go tell
Easter is on Sunday.
I feel sorry, man. No wonder, man. Fuck. I gotta hurry up and get the eggs done, and oh man, I gotta get to cranking. I can't believe I forgot Easter.
I know, you gotta make, what, cascarones? Is that how you say it?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah, screw those. Those are outlawed in my house.
yeah, I was about to say. No, I still gotta bust out some. I gotta bust out some freaking. Get the eggs ready. I gotta, do the egg hunt and stuff like that where you can go hunting. That's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
This little guy he loves the Easter. He likes to, he likes to do all that stuff. And then,
Well, I don't know if you know, but there's like this TikTok trend going on with Target dresses because they look like they're from the 1820s right now. They're like prairie dresses, Little House on the Prairie dresses.
did you just say prairie dresses?
I did. They're like Little House on
like
the Prairie
frontier dresses or frontier dresses
yeah,
or
they're
like
just like
okay.
yeah, it's like frontier dresses.
Yeah.
Like we're shopping in like the 1890s instead of the 2020s.
Okay.
And I don't know what's going on with that, but I decided for Easter we were all going to get dresses from Target and like the frontier dresses.
Oh, you know what? That's kind of
So,
cool.
yeah, me, the girl, and my best friend and her girl all went to Target today and bought prairie dresses. And just wait till Sunday, you'll get to see the picture.
Yeah, I was about to say.
My kid hates it. She's like, "Do I have to participate?" I'm like, "Yes, you do."
Why didn't you?
No food.
That'd have been kind of funny to like get up in that gear and something like that. I'm gonna get an Easter. I'm gonna get Easter dress.
Get you an Easter dress.
Give me.
Yeah,
Well, I
so
mean,
that's what we decided to do.
well, because the kids, when we do stuff with the kids, it's you're out there, wearing shorts and I'm out there wearing cargo shorts. I'm a dad.
Right.
I dress like a
usually
foot.
in
Yeah.
T-shirt and shorts. because
T-shirt
we
and
usually go out
shorts.
here by Easter.
Yeah, exactly. Because I have cargo shorts because I gotta have the snacks. I have to have snacks ready. To wipe the boogies. And I gotta freaking I'm out there taking a picture and laughing and then they're out there running around hunting the what is this? Oh, where's my alcoholic beverage check?
I just asked.
Oh yeah, what is this? Oh, okay, all right, this is
I guess a lot of people might have 4 days or 3 days this week.
that's right, yeah, that's a 3-day.
Because even the girls' school, because we live outside of major military installation, they were supposed to be off Monday, but now it's a bad weather makeup day because we had like 5 million days off for when it froze up here for the first time ever. So so she does have to go to school on Monday now. Tomorrow is just a virtual learning day. So
Wait.
off.
You had time. You had a bunch of time off. You had freaking like a disaster and shit.
Yeah, and
You're
I don't know. Like they went ahead and rescheduled like all the bad weather days, but I don't know. I heard like TEA, like the Texas Education Agency, like waived it because sometimes
the TEA,
the
TEA
said that they didn't have to make up the time because that happens a lot around in Texas. You get hurricanes, tornadoes, shit like that, and there's times where kids can't go to school. So, but I guess they're still making up the days they can make up. Instead, they're not adding any days at the end of the year, though.
Right. So everyone's dropping off their 3-day, 4-day stuff like that and all that.
Oh,
My favorite beer is Tecate. Tecate, man. That's what I drink when I'm doing a show. I normally drink it depends on what mood it is. Usually it depends if I just want to sit and chill. I'll drink a bourbon or a whiskey or something like that on the Monday edition, or I'll drink a Tecate or whatever. Or if I'm in smoke and been busy and I don't want to fall asleep on air. I had this, like I said, I made this recipe to make my own cold coffee, Bustelo Frio. You know what I mean? So I can make some coffee Bustelo. And hi, Coffee Bustelo. Thank you so much for sponsoring all my hype rants and stuff like that on, whatever. Yeah, exactly that. Do some 24-ounce curls. Yeah, no, I gotta get on it, man. I need to ask Coffee Bustelo if they'll sponsor us. I will sponsor Coffee. Hey, kick us some Coffee Bustelo gear and coffee. And I would be more than happy to, in a couple little donation to some veteran charities, and I'll be more than happy to pimp them out. But anyways, what was I gonna say? So there's a lot of big news happening. Big news happening in the military. Finally, now this is gonna be some controversy here. I know yours truly. I don't give a fuck what you are, what you do, what you look like, what race you are, religion you are, or whatever. If you want to serve in the United States Army, I think if you want to raise your right hand to serve, you should be able to do it. It does not matter whatsoever. If I'll be honest with you, the ones that are usually prohibited from serving are usually the ones that want to serve. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Whoa, exactly.
Yeah,
maybe I
stay
just
on the
pissed.
subject.
Yeah. So, right now, just right off the bat is that the Pentagon has released new policy in the reversal of the ban on transgender people serving in the military. So
we go back, we go forth, we go forth, we go back. All right, let's do this. Let's let everybody in that can be in.
Right. Exactly. It's. I think that. How do I say this? I think if you want to meet if you got the standards, and you meet the standards to come in, and you want to serve, you should do it. Don't care.
Oh, absolutely agree.
Don't care. You know what I mean?
I absolutely agree because there's so many kids today that don't meet the standards. I work with teenagers.
Ooh.
I know this. I see
Ooh,
them.
they,
And I'm like, there's no way you can make it in today's army unless, you spend a year at the gym.
you spend a year at the gym and walk away from the chow? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, basically. Because a lot of kids are, compared to like our age, at our age, we didn't have constant entertainment in our hand. And that would and even now I'm like, I could sit on the couch and watch TikTok for 3 hours. So I ain't blaming these kids because I'll do it too. That's why I'm fat now.
Yeah. we have.
Yeah, you have to really want to join or want to be in shape. And there's a comment right there. A GED kid with convictions and 3 honorables. Like there's lots of kids with GEDs that couldn't get in at one time. So it's like if they're qualified, let them in.
Right.
Let them in.
Let's
I'd
do
rather
it.
have someone that wants to be there than someone that has to be.
Yeah, let's do it because at this point, and everyone's going to come in, and it's all you're going to serve. You're going to serve. That's just the way it is. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't know. I don't want to. We remember that one time there was a guy that was like so freaking pissed off and talking shit about transgenders, and we found out that his supervisor was transgender. There was.
He probably just was a shit soldier or whatever, and his supervisor was calling him on it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, there's no...
Trust me, it could have been me or been you.
Yeah.
You'd have been the shit supervisor because you're just really a shit soldier.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, trans with medical needs and trans with mental problems. Like, we don't have them in the military already.
Dude, I had so many mental problems, especially the last 5 years in my career. So...
No, it's a point that
that's just no. I get that, but it should be the same, standards that will disqualify anybody from coming in. If you don't pass, all the MEPS questions about, I don't know, even things as simple as ADD and ADHD.
Well, they're taking medication for it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, but they're taking medication for it. They're taking, some of them are taking, psychotropic medication or whatever you want to call it, or hormonal therapy or whatever. I don't know. Does we need to have Riley come back on here? We're gonna ask her how she. Ask her how she's doing. She needs to come back. We should have her come back here.
And I can see where the people are saying the only thing I would have an issue with is the surgeries that they may want to get.
Right.
So may want to because not everybody wants to. But with that being said, every single surgery I had in the military, except for 2 that was to save my life, had to be signed off on by the commander. And I couldn't even go get my eyes done. What's that laser surgery?
Right, the PRK, LASIK, or whatever.
The commander wouldn't approve it because we had JRTCs coming, or we had this coming, or this. So I'm gonna say it'll go the same way. Unless they're going to have time to recover during a red cycle or, how we accommodate pregnant women, and you have no choice on that one, but profile's going to be accommodated, but I don't think that they'll be approved if it's going to take them out of the fight. So to say.
Yeah, exactly. I really don't know. I really don't know the details on how they're going to work that out. I'm pretty sure they're going to hammer out. They're going to hammer out all the policy with DoD medical and all that. That's just something that's not going to it's going to be answered. I mean, the policy was literally just announced. What was it, yesterday or something like that, or 2 days ago? And I think it was yesterday. Yeah, that was quick. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, he really because
it's been within the last few days.
Yeah, exactly. And so he also called about having a reexamination of records of soldiers who were discharged or denied enlistment because of it. So that way it could have freaking that we can. I mean, think about that. They did that with Don't Ask, Don't Tell. There's still veterans that during Don't Ask, Don't Tell that were processed out for violating Don't Ask, Don't Tell that are like they got bad conduct discharges and shit like that. They got
and like nobody has a problem, serving with gay soldiers.
Well,
gay
yeah,
soldiers now.
that's what I'm saying. That's
because
when it was,
we have like evolved past that. Like,
yeah,
like
exactly.
who you're fucking is not like have anything to do with who you're fighting.
That's a good point. Whoever you're fucking shouldn't matter who you're fighting. Exactly. No, but think about this though. That gets knocked out. The 12 Bravos leave the way. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Miles.
Thank you, Miles. Thank you. We appreciate your interject. 12 Bravo. That is all.
I'm just happy it wasn't an 11 Bravo unless that was a typo.
You gonna build a castle now? What is with the engineers building castles everywhere? You notice that? They just like build castles everywhere. Every time you see something, it's seance, and the next thing you know, I'm like, wow, man,
oh, there's
dude.
a castle.
Yeah, there's the castle. Oh man. So again, after the it was a lengthy and complicated battle. In addition, reviews that the DoD in 2019 approved a policy that fell short of an all-out ban, but barred transgender troops and recruits from transitioning to another sex and required most individuals to serve in what the administration called their birth gender. So, under the policy, currently serving transgender troops who had signed an enlistment contract before an effective date could continue with plans to hormone treatments and had them been diagnosed with gender dysphoria, if they had been diagnosed with gender dysphoria. So again, more to follow on this. This is a change of evolution of policy and evolution of the way it is. Everyone talks about freaking. There we go. I see it. AG quartermaster. Here we go.
I could see I'm chemical.
Exactly. You representing that. I'm surprised I didn't see no blue cords in there and shit. Just starting to throw. Yeah, Gary, exactly that, Gary. If you could close in and destroy with the enemy, that's right. It's good. Again, I'm telling you what, you could be surprised how many transgender soldiers are out there and you didn't even know they were in. They were just serving in silence, and now you wouldn't even know it. They were. You know what I mean? Just funny. But what was I going to say? Oh, so we need to. Somebody asked me if WTF Nation Radio and because the admins for the main page can't do it because obviously they're anonymous, but they have taken the ACFT, but they also. Somebody asked if me and you would take the ACFT, like do an ACFT, and I'm thinking
I'll do it, I guess. Yeah. I'm not doing a lane tug. I'll play for 5
I was about to say. So real quick, what was your? You said you wanted to talk about the ACFT. There was an article that came out on Task and Purpose.
There was Haley. She's been a guest of ours.
That's right.
She's a reporter at Task and Purpose. She, along with a couple other reporters, and I don't have their names, were invited to take the ACFT. They've been writing about it in the Army Times and Task and Purpose. And she writes, I took the ACFT on Friday. I would have written this article sooner, but to be honest with you, I couldn't feel my arms. She's like, okay, that's dramatic. But honestly, after the ACT, I could feel my arms, shoulders, back, legs, and core too much. Every move I made, I felt it everywhere. But I couldn't not take the ACFT after writing about it for so long. And I ultimately earned 306 points, 54 points short of the required minimum to pass. And after reading through the article, it does say she did do the plank because she could not do a leg tuck. She did pass the plank time. And they took it at Joint Base Myer-Henderson in Virginia.
Yeah, that's Fort Myer. It's now. Okay. It used to be the old Fort Myer, the MBW.
Gotcha,
it's where it's where they all stay. So, but like we're on exactly that, Gabriel. We're like on revision 12.0 or something like that.
Right,
just kidding.
we're in 3.0.
We're on 3.0, not 12.0. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, well, that's okay. She says she was, before taking it, she does say that she worked out. She used to go to the gym all the time until COVID, but she still works out at home. Haley's not like out of shape. She might not be in like army shape, but she's not out of shape at all. And she does say that she was most concerned about the hand release, push-ups, and the run. She was out of practice running, but she figured it wouldn't be impossible. Then she goes, and as for the push-ups, well, let's just say that upper body strength isn't my forte. And when we moved to that part of the test, I asked what would happen if I couldn't even correctly do one. You failed this event was a simple response she got.
So wait, real quick. So the first event. What was the first event that she did then? What was it?
Okay, she does go on and describes how like she had to get up so early in the morning and she's not They're, she's not a morning person like that, but General Martin and Sergeant Major of the Army Grinston were there taking the test as well.
Right.
And he started with a deadlift. And that she notes that it was something that she has not done since high school, and certainly not with the minimum weight requirement of 140 pounds to pass the event.
Right. So I got the screen up right now of the passing, and so you guys look right now on the screen. You could see that where the 60 points is at is where that's the passing right there. So go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, that's fine. She did test the deadlift to see if it would be correct and to make sure her form is correct. To her surprise, she was able to do it, and when the test began, she was more than pleased with the 60 points she received for that one. So she did pass the deadlift event, and not having done a deadlift since high school, with 140 pounds. So she passed.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay.
And she said it did not compare to Grinston, who was 53 years old, and was in a lane with her and two other reporters, was breaking his personal record when deadlifting 340 pounds, maxed out his score.
Yeah, he did.
So Sergeant Major Army maxed his out.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, and then she says after the deadlift, we moved on to the standing power throw, which frankly she had not thought much about. She watched a video a few days before the test to get familiar with the form, but otherwise she had not practiced it. She just watched a video on how to eat the ball.
Right. Oh yeah, you had to do the ball toss.
Yes. She did pass that. She got 4.9 meters, just over the minimum requirement of 4.5 meters. So, okay. And then she moved on to hand release push-ups, and she said she was feeling okay. She said the good thing about the ACFT is that you have time to rest between events while the other people in your lane are testing. So while Grinston was blowing through his push-ups like a well-oiled machine, he maxed that out as well. I was contemplating on how I'd explain my way out of not being able to do one real push-up, let alone 10. She said, but simply trying isn't an option, both in the Army's eyes and my own, so I went down on the damp grass to give it a go. One repetition of these push-ups requires you to start with your chest on the ground, come up, and all the way back down again. Stick your hands out to your sides and then bring them back to the push-up position. Shockingly, I did one, and she did do 12 before her arms gave out. So she did pass.
So she passed the push-up. Okay, all right, cool.
She did.
Yep. And then what's the sprint drag carry?
Yes. She watched a video breaking this one down.
Yep.
And she said it reminds her of what she did for basketball practice in high school, and shuffling back and forth on the court. But he did say that Grinston warned her that the event was the one that would get him. And it's often one that surprises people when they take it. He was right. The second she started dragging the 90-pound sled down the 50-meter lane, my body was wondering what the fuck was going on. Time First Class Reiner, who was the one grading her, and the other reporters on the event, told her ahead of time not to turn around during this portion, even though I might want to, because then I'd be using the muscles on one side of my body more than the other.
Yep.
But she was thinking, where the hell is the end of this thing? When do I turn around? Yeah. So...
Okay.
Oh man.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't think she didn't note that. Oh yeah, she did. She finished under the 3-minute requirement for that, so she did pass the sprint drag carry. And y'all, I see y'all. Some are just turning in. Her name is Haley. She's a reporter for Task and Purpose. She is not in the Army.
Yeah, she's already doing shit what people are complaining about.
Right.
So she's just a straight civilian. So. Okay, so the next event was the dreaded leg tuck, or the plank.
And she does note, which as of April 1st, that's today, can be permanently substituted for a plank if soldiers choose to do so. She elected to do the plank at the beginning of the test, and she said she was glad she did because even on a good day, I don't think I could do one leg tuck quite yet, but especially not after the sprint drag carry. She did 2 minutes and 14 seconds of the plank, which gave her 61 points. At this point, she was exhausted and couldn't imagine being able to summon the energy to run 2 miles. That was something I hadn't really thought about ahead of the test. While running is something she's more familiar with than a deadlift or dragging a 90-pound sled, it also comes after every other event.
Yeah, so you can't substitute events. You can't, cancel one event and not do the other.
All right. Let me just run first, get this over with.
Yeah, exactly. 21 minutes, though.
Yeah, and she did fail that event. She came in at 23:09. 2 minutes and 9 seconds over the requirement.
See that for her first time as a civilian doing the event, the whole event. That's not bad at all. I mean, she like she goes to the gym and or she continues her training regimen. I mean, everyone's kind of like, I don't know, everyone's kind of like getting that concrete COVID weight. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're not really. You can try to work out all you want, but yeah, it's
so that's not bad. I mean, yes, she failed, but this is the first time she took it. She's not in the Army. You know, she is just a reporter that writes about Army things. So she could not say no. To, you know.
Yeah, I just think that's pretty cool. I would like. I mean, so anyway, so I got to ask the question.
Oh,
I got to ask the question. When are you and Spanky going to do the ACFT? And I'm like, well, first off, we are the proud carriers of DD-214s. And then we're old and broke. And then they said, well, and that's how I found out that Haley was doing it. And I'm like, really? Yeah. She's like, I'm doing we're going to do a story about it. I'm like, oh, cool. And then the story was like out. So it kind of like gave me some guilt, a little bit of guilt. If we have two beat up, busted up, senior NCOs doing the ACFT retired, what would be the reaction just to see how we do? You know what I mean? I'm just kind of think that'd be.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Can you find somebody on Hood that'll let me do it?
That's another thing too. When I go visit and we go do our hangouts and stuff.
We definitely should do it together.
Yeah, we should do it together. Yeah.
I am a stubborn, competitive bitch, and you will not. If I might die, I'll either be dead or be dead.
21 minutes though. Shit, we could walk it. We could shoot the shit and walk it.
Well, that's just it. I'm not gonna lie, and I will tell the audience too. The last 4 years I was in the military, I did not have to run, and I was allowed to walk on my PT test. I was allowed to choose, and it really just depended on how bad my back was. We should dress in Army IPFUs and just show up on post and just like walk. I know we need to get our old gray ones out.
Get our gray PTs like we just transported through time or something like that. We'll just show up. I'll get like a high and tight and all that, and then we'll just show up and then you'll get your hair get your hair up to 80s standards. With the bun really tight in the back, and then you're like wondering. We just like, excuse me. We just transported here from the past. Is this the future? What year?
We need to make this clear that I was not in the Army yet in the 80s. I need to make that clear.
Well, then I'll wear my 80s PTs, and you can wear your and we're just like,
I'll wear my 90s.
We'll be like, we'll be like freaking. What was it? Back to the Future. We'll just run up to some Joes. Quick, what time? What day? Quick, what day? What year is this? And you're like, Doc. We'll be like Marty. Yeah, Doc. Yeah, we'll be like Doc and Marty. More like Rick and Morty. We just show what year is it right now? Perp and shit like that. Yeah, we should do that. We should just like pull the Joes and just show up with our old school. We should exactly that. We should take the ACFT wearing our old PTs. That'd be freaking. I can just see it right now.
Like, what are these old heads doing?
Exactly. You have some sergeant major run up to us. Sorry, you can't walk in the. What the hell are you doing? I haven't seen those since the 1970s. I haven't seen those since the 1980s. What the hell is that? Well, what the hell are you doing? Who are you? Quick, Sergeant Major, what year is this?
Oh my God, you're not even old enough to have the yellow ones, right?
They started out. No, we just started getting the grays. Yeah, we just started getting the grays. It was a uniform transition. It was like late '89, so those are just like they just transitioned into the grays. But yeah, I just imagine just showing up and just like. You just gotta show up to the and just start harassing the sergeant. I don't want to say this, but I don't mind harassing Big Sarge. and then what we finish, we do the ACFT and like
I'm still planning on like going to walk on Battalion Avenue. And just
exactly.
People yell at me.
Just what?
But it's like getting up early thing.
It's the getting up early to go do it because then you gotta get it like get a rip it and a pack of smokes or something like that. What would trigger a
sugar-free Red Bull? Like
exactly. what would trigger a CSM though? You know what I mean? What would trigger a CSM on Battalion now? We'd be like.
And just walking,
yeah. Just walking, and then lighting a cigarette. What do you think?
Oh, that would definitely do it. I'll do it.
Let it be.
No, you can't do it on federal property. I was like, let's go up to Carson. I'll light a joint.
Ooh, yeah. Finish.
So I won't do that.
What are you doing? We're cooling down. We just finished the ACFT. You're like, you're smoking a joint. Oh my God, yeah.
No, they keep saying walking on the grass, but it's so funny. Like, they say that like outside of division headquarters, like first Cav headquarters, like,
right.
You can't walk on this grass. But why can't I do PT on it?
Right, exactly.
Tell me why I can't walk on it.
Yeah.
I can do PT on it, but I can't walk on it. Oh, y'all are retarded.
Oh man. Gary says grays and black jungle boots. We should like do old school. Like we should just for real show up like we came through a portal or something like that. Maybe just leave your PC on when you go into the DFAC. Exactly.
It's definitely gonna be Rick and Morty then.
Oh
Where
man.
are we, Rick?
They were. Oh, Rick, hurry. Shut up, Morty.
You can do his voice much better than me.
Shut up, Morty. We're going to the DFAC.
No, we're going to the Warrior Restaurant.
We're going. Oh yeah.
What is the Warrior Restaurant?
We're going to the Warrior Restaurant. Okay, so yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
I know. Jason Towns. He breaks balls on me because I talk about the DFAC Center of Excellence. There is no shit. There is a culinary center of excellence now.
You're shitting me.
At Fort Lee, culinary center of excellence is where all dining facilities, chow halls. I guess you want to call them chow halls, or DFACs or something like that. Or I don't know. I always call them DFACs, but I always call them chow halls or mess halls. They're now called Warrior Restaurants.
It's not gonna happen.
Warrior Restaurants.
Nobody is going to call it that, like in their day-to-day
Warrior Restaurants. It's like, yeah, exactly. Warrior Restaurants. And you see an eagle flying over. Oh my God. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. That's right.
Oh yeah, I just replied to him. I'm like, shit, I almost forgot.
Yeah, exactly. I almost forgot. And every time, yep, exactly. Well, no, it's Mando that we see it. If we see it in there, we say it. Lancer Bistro.
But I don't understand. I was like, when are they like supposed to like change like battle buddies to warrior companions or something?
Yeah,
like that?
that's what I'm saying. That there's like there's like a. It's now exactly that, Josh. Now everything's getting a center of excellence. If you do some things and you're part of something, you just get a center of excellence now. Since we're the we started it. We started when we said we were the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence. Everyone was like, "Oh, excellence!
I've got to be excellent." Are we responsible for all the excellence?
All the excellences that happen about. You know what? Where is the center of excellence to make sure that everyone's a center of excellence? Who is the center of excellence?
Who is? What is the checklist? We just slap a sticker on.
What's the center of excellence to do? The center of excellence to make sure the center
of excellent enough
exactly, or called the center of excellency. Like Duffelblog says it. Oh man! Speaking of which,
God, is that a real name, Lancer Bistros?
Well, yeah, because the Lancer Brigade they were here on the show and when they came to talk to us.
That's the name of it, though. Lancer
it's a bistro, yeah, because they're trying. Here's the thing: the military is trying to, the army is trying to kill the stigma of having bad chow. If you want,
you know how to do that.
I was about to say,
not have bad chow.
Right. It's one of those things. It's like it's like. When you walk into DFAC, what's the first thing you smell? You smell like grease. You just smell the grease. You smell, whatever, and it's not gonna freaking. You look at it and you're like. Now, in some installations, like I said, they have some good chow. I mean, like in Vilsec, there's
major towns.
Is
the picture scene shows.
The Tribe, the Tribe Cafe. He's got the Tribe Cafe. That was that's a good one. So that's a freaking. But his chow's good. His chow's good.
It looks good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go visit.
I would eat there. I would visit. Like back here at Hood when I was a young soldier that had a meal card for a short time. There was one DFAC that it wasn't the one in the hospital. It was the one in the lodging next to the hospital. That's now a Holiday Inn, and that's the one we'd always go to. So. I mean, that food was good. I didn't mind paying for it. Like once, I was getting BAS and stuff, I would pay to eat there. So everybody has a decent chow.
Yeah, everyone's.
And I will say the one at Walter Reed was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, the one at Walter Reed's a shit. Everyone's already dropping their names of what they're. So we have, what was it? We have Rocco.
Dagger Diner.
Dagger Diner. Dagger Diner. It's a Dagger Diner. It's like you're saying. It's like a Little Caesars ad. You know, introducing Army Pizza. Dagger Diner.
The Devil's Den.
The Devil's Den.
Oh
man, what was it? Rocco DFAC about Fort Sam. You think the one at Fort Sam's pretty good? Yeah, you're right.
I'm trying to think of where else. Oh, it was on Osan Air Force Base. That was the other place I've been to a really good DFAC.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of some of the deployed ones too. But we're talking Army specific DFACs. We're not talking about the ones deployed because they're really trying to kick on to this Warrior Restaurant. Now, do you think that the Warrior Rest? Yeah, exactly. Anything Air Force. Air Force was weird for me when I went. When I went to eat in an Air Force base, and they're like, well, "Here you go," and they called you sir because they don't know what rank you were because they don't read rank. Yeah. And they're like, "Here you go, sir." And I'm like, what? What'd you call me?" I said, "Well, here to take your chow. Well, here to take your tray. Take my tray." Like literally, they were taking my.
That was the part that flipped me out.
Yeah, I was like, "What in the hell are you? What the hell are you talking about? You're gonna take my tray, sir? So if you like, are you still eating?" I'm like. I thought I was getting punked. I thought it was one of those, those jokes that you see on TV. But no shit. So, another task and purpose article. I know we talked about it before, but since we came back to this topic again, it is coming back. It is not coming back, but it is a thing. It's trying to change the preferred nomenclature for DFACs to call them Warrior Restaurants. Now, Chad Garland, who's been a guest on here before, wrote about it, and he talked about the fact that, since the public affairs apparatus has sprung into action to hype facilities where soldiers usually go to buffet lines of mass-produced food options, also called restaurants for warriors. So, no shit.
It's still not going to happen. Nobody's calling it that. You want to, get the, go. The only way to fix the DFAC, because trust me, they're good ones. We've seen pictures. I've even had a few good ones myself. And there are crap ones. Like, how would you even feed someone that? We've seen pictures. You've seen pictures. There's, you can cook chicken to, when it's done, right, and not bleeding. The way to fix DFACs is to have senior leaders go in without letting them know you're coming in. That's the way to fix DFACs.
Do you think so? You think it shouldn't be? It should not be freaking contracted then?
Unless you're going to make a hell of a lot more Army cooks and bring KP back, then no, it's got to be contracted or something. But maybe not contracted. Maybe make it DA civilians.
No,
at least they have to fight.
I can see that. Now, my biggest thing is that they're fucking up housing. So what would make you? You know what I mean?
Like I said, you're right. They do. They definitely fuck up housing.
If they could.
Well, if the contracts are short term, and they want to keep that contract, it's going to be good.
I think what they should do is they should have have a traveling roadshow of those famous fucking chefs that come around. And they go and open up a new DFAC. You see them on there, and they're showing off all their famous chow that they make and all that, and have a cook-off or something like that. They should teach. It's almost like how the video kids now in the Army are getting better. I think there needs to be some new cook schools, and they should have those chefs go to the DFAC course or the Culinary Center of Excellence. And just to get the culinary, it's called. Shut up, Ice. Why are you hating on its restaurant for warriors? Where's this coming from? What's the source? The Culinary Center of Excellence. You know how hard it is to keep a straight face when you're doing a Zoom call with somebody when you're trying. No, you're serious. You're calling it. Is that what you said? The culinary set. It's a culinary. Because I call it like you were saying. We call it a DFAC, mess hall, chow hall.
Chow hall is usually what I've said.
Yeah,
my whole career.
Yeah, I always said chow hall too. So they need to have freaking I don't know, some they have what new chefs, the hotness. All those guys that want to talk about and say we support the troops, we love the troops. What's his name? Guy Fieri. That dude. Have that dude show up. Have that guy show up and say, hey, look, and give a class at the Culinary Center of Excellence to show how to cook this, and this. How to cook, because almost been in units where we've had cooks, and I asked the platoon sergeant one time, I was like, hey, how come you guys like cook specific stuff? And he even says the Army, and this is back in the day, that the Army has specific recipe cards that they have to go by. They can't just go and, so it's almost like they have to PMC, like how you have the PMCS vehicles after you work on. There are specific things that the Army, they don't allow for the zest or the pizzazz or the little spice on there.
I get that. I have been before I joined the military years ago. I was a cook at a nursing home, had to follow specific recipes. You are not allowed to deviate from it. And I get with the nursing home, it's a little bit different than soldiers because they have to be on special diets. And there was let's say it was eggs. I have to cook eggs 4 different ways depending on the diets. And but yes, they do. They have to here's the recipe card. Pour the powdered eggs in, mix it up, whatever it is.
Yeah, really. I mean, but have some really good legit some, because the like I said, a lot of the schools now in the military have guest instructors of, say, film or writing or something like that, and some pretty famous people that not famous but notable individuals that are really good. Could you imagine though having Gordon Ramsay pulling head count or some shit?
Let's do it.
Could you?
Well, even with recipe cards, so you've seen the pictures, the chicken needs to be cooked all the way. This is not supposed to be burnt.
Yeah.
Even on the lines where you get burgers and grilled cheese and shit. Why is that grilled cheese black as my screensaver?
Right. That's what I'm saying. If you have some of those chefs rolling in, and I think the Army allows the cooks to just, hey, look, don't go by the recipe card. Because I would, man, if I was a cook and if I was still in the house, I'd be fucking fired. I'd be relieved because I'd be cooking up my own shit. They'd be like, okay, so why is there chorizo and eggs and papas on the breakfast line? Why are we having?
I lost the recipe card.
Yeah, exactly. Why is there? It's Taco Tuesday. How come there's a cow back there? It's Taco Tuesday and you're making carne asada. Well, it's Taco Tuesday. It's shit like that.
Yeah.
For dinner, enchiladas and stuff like that, or some beans and rice and empanadas. Making some good chow. And then whatever have a short or a grill or something like that, or or making some. But there needs to be, man. I'm telling you, there's some guy. The only time they know you're gonna go eat, that's when they make the good shit. That's when they're like, oh shit, dude. And there's some other ones. I mean, there was other, yeah. Just imagine you walk into a and you hear rah rah rah. Who's that guy that goes? Who is that guy? He's a loud dude. Not freaking the original loud guy. What was his name? It's not guy. It's not freaking. What's his name? It's not Gordon Ramsay. It was some other dude that was freaking. What's his name? E. Merrill. Is that his name? E. Merrill that would go bam or slam or he would scream at the.
Yes, I know you're talking.
Yeah, he'd scream at the
but
food.
I didn't think he was a big screamer. I guess he could be.
Yeah.
Emerald?
Yeah, E. Merrill. Everyone's dropping freaking. Everyone's dropping their own little E. Merrill. E. Merrill. E. Merrill. I know, I'm fucking it up too. Emerald.
He's got an air fryer now.
He's got an air fryer. He's got his name. George Foreman. Could you imagine George Foreman coming in there and showing you how to grill?
Do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, bring it.
Yeah.
And then he can kick somebody's ass if they don't do it right.
Right, exactly. He'll punch you in the face. Yeah, have him show up and that's little stuff like that. Then I could see it being a warrior restaurant, right? Then I can see it being a war. And then, as a matter of fact, you want to make it a warrior restaurant, you got to do fucking 5 leg tucks before you go into the door.
Whoever makes the best food wins the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Trial by combat.
Oh man, no, I did get an invitation to do a food tasting event, so stay tuned for that. And I'm going to be tasting and yeah, I'm judging foods, and I can't wait because I love to eat. I love chow, and it's I mean, who doesn't like to eat chow? If it's good food and it's for competitions and stuff like that, oh hell yeah, something like with some chili or some spicy stuff. I can't wait to try that. Oh yeah, exactly. Master Sergeant Retard Andrew Rush, exactly. Yeah, so stuff like that. I could see it then being a warrior restaurant. Maybe we need to see some. I don't know. Maybe we have to. Matter of fact, we need to have the cooks. We have the cook. We have the Culinary Center of Excellence come on Sergeant's Time and show us hey, okay, well, you got some chow. You got some chow. You gonna what's this? You know what I mean? You know, hey, how about you make a video or something like that of us eating some food or I don't know, and then we'll like post it on Sergeant's Time. Fort Lee is like what? I don't know. You want to go fly to Fort Lee? We can go check it out. But if you don't mind, I mean,
like I said, I agree with the whole what they're trying to do, but just changing the name is not going to do it. It's just really not.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Get Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg.
Oh, let's do it.
Oh man,
but then they're gonna like why are we eating here?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, give me them powder dates. No.
Like
I said, I'm definitely not knocking breakfast. I used to eat breakfast.
Paula Deen.
Butter. We need butter.
No, I don't think Paula Dean's going to be on very cooking shows. She kind of spouted off on some shit she shouldn't have spouted.
Oh, sorry.
She shouldn't have said.
Should have just kept it to butter.
She just kept it to butter. Yeah. Exactly that, Karen. Then after that freaking outburst that she had, oh man. But
I do think, like I said, I think a lot of the problems is why people don't show to their defects. This is just my opinion. If the food is good and they can get enough to eat, like there's been times that even I went to the defect, as a young female, and I'm like, I'm still fucking hungry, and now I have to fill up on like cakes or whatever because you can have as much of that as you want. But you can only have like one scoop of vegetables and one protein.
See, rules like that. The rules like that suck too. Why is it got to?
Yeah.
You can only have.
I think that's the worst part of it.
You can only have or you can only have one starch or two starches or whatever. You can't have. Man, pile it on. If you're making enough.
No, I'm really like let the soldiers eat what they're going to eat.
Right. Exactly.
And then they'll probably eat a lot more of the healthy food. Like I can go get 2 cheeseburgers, but I can only have 1 piece of chicken. Like if I went to the regular.
Could you imagine? Could you? Here we have Ice and Spanky Ted. Go ahead and looking at the food for these new for the Warrior Restaurant, and you got like a big old plate piled of burgers and stuff like that, and a little chicken on the side with a garnish.
Right, like here's my chicken thigh. You're only allowed to have 2 pieces, but no, I can like get a double fucking cheeseburger. And again, seconds, like let the soldiers eat. Let them eat what they want to eat. And then they're not gonna. Well, they won't be fat. If, like, let's say, if they're poor and they're eating at the defect to get full, then they're gonna eat like a shit ton of fucking desserts. Because why am I allowed to have like a whole ass cake if I want to, but not like, oh, can I get double broccoli? No, you're only allowed to have 1 scoop.
Right.
Well, okay. Yeah. So I think that, in my opinion, is probably the biggest issue with defects. And I know like the more people that go to the defect, the more money they get. So the food will be better and more abundant if people are there eating it. But like, you're gonna throw away half that fucking chicken. I just want another chicken leg with, I'm sorry, mini chicken leg. You really show that those chickens grow up to be adults before you kill them and fed me their fucking legs. But anyway,
Karen said that's why they have those overweight soldiers. They look like tankers. Look, everyone looking like
they're hungry.
Everyone looking like a tanker. Everyone looking like a tanker.
Get 1 chicken wing.
Tankers do be hefty.
And you know what? I'm gonna tell you what, Cody, you're right. Cody with the Michelle Obama's food colors coding system, because that's really fucked up. Like the kids, like nobody that can afford to eat out of schools, they're not eating at the schools anymore either.
No,
if they have open campuses and stuff, it's the same. It's the same. And the worse it gets, nobody's gonna even want to eat there.
Do you think that they went away? Was that there's no longer that food triangle, like the four food groups? There's none of that stuff anymore, or something like that, or
it's just like I don't know. You're supposed to be green, yellow, red.
Oh yeah, see,
like green, you're supposed to eat, a shit ton of it. Yellow, just a little, and red, you're supposed to avoid.
Try having when you have daughters that eat, pretty moderate, it's not a big deal, and then you have a son that eats everything.
Yeah.
he will and not stop eating. He will, if for breakfast time, a whole box of cereal will go if I'm not careful.
Right. So you would rather have him eat like a dozen eggs.
Yeah. I want to have.
That's probably going to fill him up more than the cereal is.
Right. Well, yeah, but I mean, he eats. We'll get him some waffles or cook him some. He's loving bacon and stuff like that. So he's eating hard. He's eating some good food, but it's just funny is he acts like he's not freaking. He's acting like he's never eaten before, and the Joes are the same way too.
No, you're absolutely right, because you know what? They got all those little boxes and containers of cereal. The soldiers can eat like 50 of those if they want to.
Right.
But they can still only have 2 eggs.
So we just got a scoop right now. The Army Criminal Investigative Arm is interviewing National Guardsmen posted in the D.C. U.S. Capitol after an M4 rifle went missing. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
How did...
Oh man, I thought it was
go missing.
I thought it was FOB rules apply. I thought you're supposed to carry it around with you all the time. I thought it was. Yeesh. So yeah, breaking right now. Army CID is interviewing National Guardsmen posted in the U.S. Capitol after an M4 rifle went missing from a National Guard training facility. Oh boy, yeah. Darn. Oh
boy.
Oh man. I guess we gotta look at it. We gotta look for the inbox. We gotta maybe ask Jose if he's. See what he's up to. I wonder if they're gonna keep him up. What are you gonna lock down? You gonna lock down the Capitol? What are you gonna do? You're gonna lock down a Capitol looking for a sensitive MRE? Anytime we talk about stuff like that being missing, we always say it's a sensitive MRE. But anyways, yeah, it's experimental MRE. I'm sorry, not a sensitive MRE. Sensitive MRE is when you make it cry when you don't need it. Anyways, but yeah, I was just thinking, dude, you're so what do? You lock down the Capitol? Do you tell everybody at the Capitol
lock down all of DC?
You lock down all of DC. You can't go home. Sorry, Congress, you can't go home until this weapon's found.
Oh yes, do it. I always said they should do that when they, can't pass a budget or whatever. I'm like, no, y'all can't motherfucking leave until you get to work done.
You can't find that bill. You can't. Well, guess what? We lost a weapon too. So guess what? Oh man, that's hilarious, dude. Exactly. Anything that, a good point, cause anything to get them to stay another month. I thought they were supposed to be
the
leaving.
green zone. I mean,
the green zone,
way out zone.
The Congress zone. Hands across the Capitol. That's freaking hilarious.
We'll watch that. I'm sure we can find someone to give us the ACFT while we watch it too.
Make them do
a trip out of it.
Oh my God, exactly. So it's coming from Politico right now. The Army has dispatched an in-house criminal investigation, M4 and its scope. So, even it went missing March 11th. Oh my God! As members of the Quick Reaction, exactly. So, as members of the Quick Reaction Force that was formed to protect the U.S. Capitol, were training at a weapons range at Fort AP Hill. And of course, Politico, thank you for the grasp of the obvious, is that a misplaced and unaccounted rifle is a major security risk. Well, thank you, Politico, for highlighting that for us. But yeah, there you go. God, and its scope. So it's a major security. So AOC would say, AOC would be exactly because what's an experimental NR? She would know it for. Well, no, she would want an investigation in why experimental MREs were in the Capitol. So that was quick, Army quick. So yeah, the DC National Guard leaders began interviewing Guard members posted at the Capitol shortly after it was discovered. This just in from the inbox, so it's just I got that right now. So. All right, well, we'll see what happens. Would the CID agents be from
lock down the Senate.
Exactly.
Do it all.
So would the CID agents be from Fort Hood? Yeah. God, I hope not. But anyways, we're gonna take a break right quick. Everyone go refill your glasses and get some shots. We're gonna probably be on here for about another half hour. So, other than that, we'll see you in a second. So, shouts.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
These thoughts away, nothing feels the same. Left it all behind. the border. Now life, it's got a little harder for me. I fell in love with some girl. She told me that she was gonna rock my world. Now I'm stuck here with no money. Don't that just sound a little funny for you? Well, her name was Maria. She told me she was always by my side. Went home one evening. She was with another man. He tried to run and hide. I pulled out my 45. I told them that I was gonna take their life. Now I'm stuck here on the run. I don't know the animal I have become, so won't you save me? Save me! Won't you save me? Save me! Won't you save me? Save me! Won't you please put me out of my little misery? Well, I know life is short. Mom, you know I always try to do my best. Should've listened when you told me I wouldn't be caught in this mess. Gotta go now, Dad, I'm sorry. Everybody, all y'all need to know this is life, a true story. When you chase ass down in Mexico, save me, save me. Won't you save me, save me, save me, save me. Won't you please put me out of my little misery? Won't you save me? Save me! Won't you save me? Save me! Won't you save me? Save me! Won't you please put me out of my little misery?
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
And we're back. Part 2. Or the last part of Sergeant's Time for this. Man, it's April. Almost April's Fools of April. April Fools.
Oh my God, we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, 1 April 2021. U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. Sergeant's Time. I'm your host, Ice. And the gunner, my other host, Sweet.
That's still me.
It's still, yeah. Man, so, anyways, I was going to say, could you imagine losing an experimental MRE? There needs to be action done. We need to know why the military is using experimental MREs in the DC. I was just thinking about Kaz saying in a...
Maybe it's all an April Fool's joke.
Maybe it is an April Fool joke, but I don't know. Could you imagine doing that sit rep and then saying April Fools at the bottom of
the... I would lose my shit. Like, some April Fool's jokes really just aren't funny. But since it's April Fool's, I do have to tell you one hilarious one I saw today.
Go for it.
All right. These are high school students in a class. You know how you have, like, fire drills and tornado drills and shit like that?
Yeah.
Anyway, so the teacher decided to prank them and do an April Fool's joke. She was doing flash blood drills.
Oh my God.
She taught these high school kids, they all had to sit on top of their desk. Well, you know, they all have little personal whiteboards and stuff in this math class where they can work out problems and just wipe it off. And they had to use those as pedals.
Paddles, yeah.
Paddles or oars to get so that their desk floated away and they could get back. So it was video too. All these high school kids sitting crisscross applesauce on their desk, like trying to use their whiteboards as paddles.
Dude, I'd have
been. She got them good. She really did. And I'm so mad that I was not brilliant enough to think of that.
You know, I don't like pranks because I get ramped up pretty serious now when it comes to. I don't know. I don't want to say it's to the point where you get gullible a little bit. You're like, when someone's really serious about it, you're like, really? And they tell you something, you're like, yo, no shit. And you start like thinking in your mind, what am I going to do to help? Is this involving somebody? Are you okay? You start going, your mind starts traveling, and then they go, neighbor fools. You're like, you son of a.
Yeah, those aren't funny when they're really joking about serious things. I mean, I guess flash floods are serious, but seeing a bunch of high school kids on top of their head,
I totally would have. Yeah, I totally would have fucking. I'd have videotaped it too. I'd recorded it and then did like, I wonder if teachers have stuff like that though. Could you imagine like having pranking your students? Where they were having TikToks. Ooh, yeah. You know what?
That's exactly where I saw it. Was on TikTok.
Was it teacher TikTok? You should have like teacher TikTok or something like that.
There's definitely teacher TikTok.
There's teacher. See, look at that. It's already happened. There's teacher TikTok that pranks their students and shows her. Dude, I would. You know what? There's so many hurt fucking feelings that would happen out of a lot of this shit, though. People would get really upset and butthurt if you.
Right. That was a real one where they actually did to the students. Like the best ones I see is where like the teachers are pranking like their husbands and saying they have to like teach a like online Zoom PE class, and they're like, "Come on, little Jimmy, you fat fuck, you can do more." And then their husband just stops and looking at them like, "You really did just not talk to that kid like that."
Oh man!
If you just stop eating all those Twinkies, you'd be able to do 10 jumping jacks. And it's hilarious. Oh my god!
Yeah, something like that would be.
Those are the ones that I usually see, but they're not like the students aren't actually involved in that prank. It's just,
gotcha.
Like the teachers pranking their husbands.
No, I just think it's funny seeing, because every time you drop a TikTok and you was like, hey, look at this, and I'm like, the next thing you know, and I'm like you, the next thing you know, I'm like, the next TikTok that I. Like there was one you sent me that was freaking hilarious, and then it went on to another one, and then I got captivated, and then I'm like, oh shit, you know what I mean? This is pretty cool. And then the next thing you know, 2 hours later, my battery's going dead. 3 hours later, because I'm like sitting there, I got all these tabs up and laughing at these TikToks that you keep sending me. Cody says that we're turning the AC on in the barracks. April Fools, 3 more months of heat, of hellfire heat. Yeah, I know. Oh, did you see the Duffel blog? Did you see what they posted for their TikTok for their
Oh, did I? Was that the boat one, or did they post something else?
Oh no. They posted one that was freaking classic, and everyone got kind of mad. How is it that when people get but we don't want TikTok does something, everyone laughs and ha. But when we do something, everyone gets pissed off at us. We post something that's like, I don't know, we grab it like Duffel blog gets in, they're like, oh ha.
I just saw it.
Okay, so breaking right now, the Duffel blog has posted that the U.S. breaking news right now, according to Duffel blog, the U.S. is finally leaving Afghanistan. We have turned the corner. In a surprise move. In a surprise move, Pentagon officials held a press conference today to announce the last 30 days of war in Afghanistan. There we go. That's it. Infinity War is up. Time to make all the Marvel universe on Disney Plus now because it's over. Yeah, exactly. Duffel blog actually tells stories on April 1st. Duffel blog tells stories like that all the time. But like I'm saying, some of them.
They get quoted by congressmen.
Yes, I was about to say. Oh my God. Oh. We talked about that last week. That was fucking hilarious, man.
We did.
Yeah.
But now they're going to think, oh, wait, did I miss that day in Congress?
Yeah.
Did I vote to get this troops out of Afghanistan?
Exactly. They're going to be like,
well,
all of a sudden you're going to see all Halliburton and everybody going, oh, really? We're leaving?
We're leaving? Where's my contracts?
We got to hurry up. Yeah. April Fool's first calf, I don't want to say they're supposed to be going somewhere, but they might be going somewhere of excellence. Count off a couple of warrior defects, but anyways.
Oh my God! And the warrior defect thing was not an April Fool's show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's a real.
Yeah, that was a real deal. That was not a. That was not a joke. That was a real. That was real quotes, a real event. Ooh, speaking of, there you go. I'm glad, dude. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, man. Everyone's like, khaki called. They're lying. So, Taiwan, they're doing some shit. They're fighting back. They're throwing hands right now. They shot down I guess what happened is I guess they shot down a freaking Chinese aircraft coming in.
Oh, I missed all that. 'Cause
Yeah.
you were in the news.
Yeah,
I missed a lot of
it's
things.
just I don't know. I was like kind of looking. I was like, is this real? Is this, I gotta confirm
April
it.
Fools?
Yeah, is this April Fools? Yeah, I was kind of like wondering. Taiwan shoots down an aircraft. I'm thinking, that's like a big down. That's a big deal. Especially if it's Chinese. It's like freaking. But see, let me look at 2 minutes ago, or 3 minutes ago actually. I guess everyone's.
Oh, I forgot. You get the breaking news.
Yeah,
You're like on it.
Yeah, everyone gets me. Everyone's like, but I guess someone's saying that there was. We were trying to confirm this, and if it's true, I'm like, are you sure this like really happened? I'm not. I'm like gonna say it's like even Taiwan's going. What are you talking about? we did what? So this just like I said, this is not a. This is not if it's for real. Of course, we're gonna blast it all over our page, and we'll be able to get you the deets. But someone's saying that Taiwan shot down. I don't. And like I said, we're pretty up on the news there, and I don't recall. I don't see any because that would be like big news. That'd be like Taiwan shooting.
That's definitely breaking news. Like it should probably show up on my feed.
Yeah. It should. Yeah, it should be. Blasting some feeds up. Paul from Nepal, if you're listening to us, shoot us some wingdings, and see if we really did do that, because Nepal and our we have 2 listeners, we have 3 listeners actually now out there in Taiwan and Hong Kong. Paul, if you can just shoot us a message, we'll try to translate it.
Yeah.
We haven't heard from Paul in a while either. But
I know I haven't heard from Paul.
I know we haven't seen no wingdings in a while.
I don't even know if that's his name. I just
we don't. We don't. The last time we saw some wingdings in there, he just laughed at us. We had to go Google Translate, and it was like laughing at us for, haha, you have to translate this using Google. Well, we don't speak freaking the lines that you're throwing in there. But yeah, that's rumor. I don't think that there's a no one said anything about like it would be all over Fox. It'd be all over Reuters. It'd be all over. Fox would be like, see, it's all whoever's fault. China just doing what they're doing, and now we're gonna launch all our pregnant. Now we're gonna
send all of our pregnant pilots.
We're gonna send our pregnant pilots over in there
with their new maternity.
With their maternity. We're sending all. Fox would be freaking out. CNN wouldn't know what to report because they're too busy reporting about COVID.
Right.
I just think it's funny. I don't. Like I said, I don't remember seeing anything in the news about China, shooting their shit down.
No, I have not.
Yeah, you're right, Cody.
But
it
that's not shocking.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Cody. You're right. No, you're right, Jefferson too. They just did it. They just did a fist fight. They went. Some Indians said, "Hey, you want some?" Yeah. Oh yeah. Some Indians were like, "You want some?" And Chinese like, "You want some?" Indians were like, "Let's throw some hands." And China's like, "Oh, you want to throw some hands?" And they've gotten a little. They like dropped their weapons and literally ran across the border to throw hands.
Why did I never get to do something like that?
Dude, it was. Everyone was like, "There's no fucking way it happened. It's no way it happened." But I guess. It was like I guess it happened last year or something like that. Is that China, the Indians, were kind of like, hey, this is like freaking. It was like a big deal. It's like 20 Indian soldiers were like killed and 76 injured. And it was like what the hell? What y'all doing throwing hands and shit? Well, they freaking started. It was like last year, and they started it. They were just like whatever, and you can kiss my ass and the dudes like in China, the Indians were like, "Hey, China, look at this!" And they were burning like little dolls. They were burning effigies of them and shit. And it was like, holy shit! They were just like, wow, I'm gonna try to find. They were like, yeah, with clubs and sticks. And
Tina has a good question. Like, who won the little hand fight? That's what I want to know.
It's because it's Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club.
Oh yeah.
But I think India.
I need someone to talk about Fight Club and invite me to the Fight Club.
Yeah, I think India beat some ass. I think that's Everyone's saying that it was India. So we're gonna try to find it. We'll find it, and we'll post it. But it was like China sent ninjas. No, dude, that's I think ninjas are Japanese. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think. They did. Yeah, I think China. They don't. I don't think they have ninjas. I think that's a Japanese thing.
I thought that was a Japanese thing too.
Yeah,
But yeah,
so,
those little ninja stars, they wouldn't let me use them.
They'll throw some shurikens at some shit. I don't think it's gonna happen. But yeah, straight fist fight. Man, I would love. You know what we should do is we should find the video and then like post it later on tonight of them throwing hands. Because, dude, that would be. I mean, think about it. That'd be like China. That'd be like Russia and the U.S. meeting somewhere in a foreign country just to throw hands. Just like we beat them in the Ukraine or something like that. Yeah, they're gonna fight Ivan.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to be like all like hopped up on vodka though.
Yeah, well, no, that's the problem. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, there were 17 injured Jews. I have to do the research on it, but yeah, you do bring a good point. There were 20 Indian soldiers killed, and I'm just like, it was on the disputed Himalayan border area, and holy shit, dude, it's just like, God damn. Because I mean, could you imagine? It's like somebody. Think about this. Could you imagine, like, we were in Ukraine, near Ukraine? Well, we are in Ukraine, but you know, hanging out in Ukraine doing stuff, and the next thing you know, we like, they get a picture of, they get like a doll of back in the day of Trump or something like that, and they start burning it and de-treasing, and all of a sudden our troops like burn a fucking doll of Putin, and they all get mad because I guess you can't.
We'll see, like, we're not the ones that are gonna get mad. Like, you can burn some dolls.
Oh yeah, we'll be making meat. Yeah, we'll
burn some effigies.
We'll get some side. Yeah, we'll get some side guys to drop some leaflets with memes on them, making fun of them or some shit. Get them all pissed off because as a foreign militaries, they get really pissed off when you disrespect their president or you disrespect their country or disrespect their elected leaders or something. I know in Turkey, if you disrespect somebody in Turkey, if you're in Turkey and you respect like the dollar or their money, or you disrespect Erdogan, man, dude, they will shank you. They get pissed.
How do you disrespect the dollar or their dollar? You're like stiffening it in an ugly stripper's thong or what? I'm like, how do you disrespect?
It's an ugly stripper's thong.
Like, I mean, literally, how do you disrespect money?
I guess if you talk about it and you shit talk the government or you shit talk the dude, I guess they have a complex. They have a complex about just being made fun of. I guess I don't know. Again,
I mean, is there money like England's money? Like right now, it's been Queen Elizabeth, and it has been her for however long she's been queen, like 60, 70 years. Like, our money is all dead presidents that have been dead for forever.
Right.
But, like, England's is going to, like, it's always whoever their king or queen is.
See, this is why we need Paul from Nepal.
Yes.
To get on the horn and say, yo, dude, what happened? So if we get some funny, if you guys see some wingdings in the freaking or some funny languages, I told, and Paul laughed when I said this. I'm like, dude, I don't understand. It looks like wingdings. And he said, what is wingdings? And I had to just like show him, and he laughed his ass off. So he's not going to get offended by calling it wingdings.
No, but, he's not.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Paul's cool.
No, he's really cool shit. He's trying to understand English. He wants to come to the States later, and I guess he wants to study or something like that. He does all that. Alrighty then. Sits on top of the mountain in a freaking. So if you could just imagine like a big temple on top of this snowing freaking glacier topped mountain, and all of a sudden you just hear our voices ringing through the halls. They're all like shit talking him. Why are they calling you Paul from Nepal? That's not your name.
Well, that's his name now, dude.
That's his name now, exactly. Oh yeah, those dudes from the Gurkhas? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's some real shit. They don't fuck around. So they're that whole disputed area has been like crazy. I always thought it was going to be Pakistan and India getting in it though, with the Pakistan controlled. There's like, because the area of Kashmir it's like split between Pakistan and India. So I thought that was I thought the Pakistanis would go in there and run some bucks.
Like start throwing hands.
Yeah, they start throwing hands too. They're like,
why did we not get to watch this?
Right, I'm gonna find the video and we're gonna post it. Like I said, I swear we're gonna find the video of them throwing hands, and then we'll post it. And because I'm serious, I thought like there was gonna be some that's like a big deal shit. It's like the Korea tree cutting incident.
Right.
Remember that shit when they?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, there's like that one army where they killed our own army dudes and freaking trying to cut a tree down and shit. And
yes, and that was years and years ago. And then even in more recent history, the Yongpang Island. I know it's I can't remember how to say Korean island names. I'm not even going to try to pretend.
Right.
But yeah, those are even more. That one's even more recent. Like, I would rather see somebody throw hands because I would actually watch that. I really would.
I want to see some. Yeah, I want to see some people get slapped around. I think that's how we should do it. I think. That's...
I mean, I really do. Let's take all the weapons out of war and let's just throw hands. I'm down.
Yeah, straight up.
I'm joining. I'm joining back up.
Exactly.
I can't do a fucking leg tuck, but I can kick someone's ass.
Oh man. Now they follow our social media too. So do you think that we'd get exactly that? They will. Yep. You get lost in the mountains down. I was about ready to say downrange. They will handle. They'll put you in check. I was just wondering, do you think that because they watch our social media and stuff, that like could get us all agitated and shit? And they're like, ha ha, you can't fight unless you do a leg tuck or drink a rip it.
They must. We have got to get into like whatever, social media they use, because I'm sure like Facebook isn't their main thing.
Right.
I mean, I know on TikTok there's a lot of foreign language everything on there.
Right.
Like one night I wound up on Russian TikTok. I couldn't understand a word they were saying, but I kept watching because the videos were so interesting. I don't know how I got there.
Right.
But yes, so on TikTok they do have, like it's not going to come up like for your algorithm, but if you're looking for it, you'll find it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's. I can just imagine.
And now I'm gonna be looking for these.
Yeah, I'm looking. Now we're not. Hey guys, I know you guys are paying attention. You guys tune into us, but we're kind of looking here. We're looking around.
Justin, yes, absolutely. Ponytail is authorized while throwing hands.
Yeah, exactly, Justin. Yeah, exactly. And beards too. At this point, if we're getting to the point where we're throwing hands with a foreign country just to see who would win. That's how we should do it. We should just trickle. Have UFC sponsor our wars. You know what I mean? Have like our champions, and here we have, and then even have like hell, even have veterans. Even have like this. Yeah, we'll do it.
All the vet bros will be all.
Yeah. No, they won't. All this stuff. Those are the worst ones.
No 2A thing.
Yeah. They're the worst. Some of the bro vets are the worst ones. They won't fucking throw hands. I mean, they will sit there and talk all this shit, but the next thing you know, you're like, okay, let's throw hands. No, man. I mean, I kind of like, no, dude. I'm not afraid.
I've seen a rant from my truck.
Yeah, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of prison, dude. My career is done.
Exactly.
Have
my
UFC.
Kid is grown enough.
Yep.
I'm sure
Yep.
she can come visit me in
Yep.
jail.
My kids got their moms, and there you go. I'm not afraid of prison. Let's do it. But then again, if UFC sponsored it, think about it. So UFC sponsored. So you have the active duty side like that, and then UFC has the title cards. So you have the big title card. So you have China versus the US, having a big throwing hands event, World War Hands or some shit like that. and then the next thing you know, you have freaking you just have like, okay, we have in this ring, in this corner we have, and it could be anybody. Hell, it could. Well, first we do the military, because the military would do the fighting. So here we have, Sergeant so and so or Captain so and so or whatever fighting, Colonel so and so and Colonel so and so from China, and it's almost like their weight class. So normally, how would you do it? It's like the order of battle of war, right? So how would you fight the war? Is how you would put the weight. So you would have, because they got to be pilots, right? They're the ones that do the bombing. So some Chinese fighter pilots against our fighter pilots, but throwing hands, no jets. Just have them throwing hands, right? Because that's the way battle works. We bomb the shit out of them first, right? So that's what they would do. So we'd have bomber pilots fighting fucking fighter pilots.
I don't think the pilots are all up for this throwing hand business, but I guess there might be some.
Right.
Because they wouldn't think like the chemical AG girl would be up for throwing.
Well, no.
Trust me, I'll throw some.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. So like you have the different branches of service in the order of battle that they'd be flying. So if you have if you have paratroopers coming in and you're fighting, so you have the 82nd guys throwing hands with their paratroopers. You know what I mean? So it's almost like branch to branch. Infantry guys throwing hands with infantry guys.
Branch to branch, I'm winning.
Yeah, exactly.
I am going to be the winner of hands. World
War hands. World War hands. And then, but like I said, you know how when you're watching UFC and you have these big fucking, these big title names and all that stuff, and then you have the little fighters before, you have the little lower class,
the openers,
and stuff, the opening cards and shit like that. So UFC needs us to have like the opening cards. So So it'd be like the bro vets and the veterans, like disabled veterans.
The dysfunctional.
It doesn't. Yeah, it just be better. So to say, so for instance, we have here we have the United States and China, and the opening card would be ICE fighting so and so at they're both we don't have weight classes, we have like disability percentages classes. You know what I mean? So we fight by so somebody who's got 10-20%, that's like what's one class. And then we have 30 to 40%, that's another class. And then we have like disabled, like 100% disabled and shit. We have fighting each other.
We're all fighting together.
Yeah, we're all fighting together. Yeah. So from 90% to 100%. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, exactly that. And then you have the Brovet truck ranters class. So you have to drive up in your truck and into the octagon and then rant in your truck for 5 minutes and scream at how much you've done. You have so much wisdom for only 6 years of service to talk to people with 30, and then you get out of your truck.
For 4 years and med boarded out.
Yeah, 4 years. Yeah, 6 years of med out, only made it to like Buck Sergeant, Staff Sergeant, and then you and then you get out of the octagon, and then you have to fight. Then you got to fight, and then after that, then you have stolen valor class. You have stolen valor class, right? So then you have guys and gals who think they were in the army or like to say that they're in the army. You don't matter. And that special edition will be by the Guardians of the Green Beret. They'll sponsor that.
Don back.
Yeah, they would bring Doc back. Exactly.
Out there, like,
Doc would be Doc would be
them all out while they fight it to the death.
Exactly. Doc. Yeah. Doc from the Guardians of the Green Beret. He'll be like the ref / he'll be like the Joe Rogan of. Okay, here we have stolen valor class. Here we have a supposed Green Beret, a supposed Army Ranger. Oh, it looks like they've only survived basic training for like 6 months, and then the other one didn't even finish a year of the Army. All right, they say they did this, and then have them fucking fight,
Yeah.
And Sergeant Major
you were a Green Beret. You should be able to look some ass.
Exactly that. Exactly. Sorry. Yeah. Exactly. We'll call that exactly that, Gordon. I was just about ready to say that. We will call this the Sergeant Major Davis. Title.
We got to find him and bring him over.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. He's the belt. He's the guy that's got to hold the belt. He's the Sergeant Major Davis belt. Stolen Valor UFC champion. He'd be the first one, right? Sponsored by Toyota Tacomas. And it looked like, dude, we should do that. We should tell UFC, hey, if anything else for charity, we should just have UFC sponsor, disabled veterans fighting veterans. So we'll also have like World War II veterans or Korean veterans that have beefs with each other and shit.
I'm sure there's still some that have beefs.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, exactly that, Cody. This will definitely happen during the Dwayne Johnson administration. Would you vote for the Rock? Real quick, now that's a good question. Would you vote for the Rock? Would you
yeah, probably.
Would you vote for the Rock?
Reagan and Trump and all these other like celebrity turned presidents. So fuck it, I'll vote for the Rock.
You'd vote for the Rock just for the novelty. See what happens. Yeah, I can see that. No, you're right. I can just see it right now. You would kick the shit out of people fighting in the AG class. I'm telling you, you'd fuck up some people because you're not as everyone thinks you're short. You're not fucking short. You got reach.
I am not short.
You could throw hands. You're fucking strong. You could ruck. You could fucking kick ass. I mean, you'd be like
a leg tuck, but that's okay.
You wouldn't have to do a leg tuck because you fucking like just some Chinese.
I could still I promise you, I could still put my knee to your face.
Yeah, exactly. Have a freaking Chinese S1 clerk. Oh no, wait, we'd fighting.
You're a little girl.
We would fight. We would fight in the disabled veterans class. I'm sorry, we would not be.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. So we'd have like a disabled veteran.
The disabled veteran class.
Yeah, we'd have a disabled veterans class.
Y'all are all getting your ass kicked.
Yeah,
because I am just batshit crazy. That makes me the disabled veteran.
Exactly. Ice, what's that powder on your nose? Shut up.
I will learn how to cut you with a tooth.
Exactly. All those mind-altering freaking drugs and hormones and stuff like that to freaking to get buff or something like that or who would sponsor it? That's a good deal. I tell you what, that would be the money that would go to a veterans charity. As a matter of fact, we should have the VFW and the VFW and American Legion fight each other, like it was said in the chats earlier.
Might as well
have them fight. IAVA.
Can only be one.
Yeah, exactly. IAVA, VFW. Sponsored
Like,
by
whoever
War.
wins gets all
Yep,
the donations
sponsored
now.
by Veterans Community Project and War Horses for Veterans.
There you go.
There you go. That's where the money would go to, all the proceeds and stuff like that. Oh my God, you'd have to go through warrior tests before you can declare war. Oh man, yeah, Congress has to have to do a leg tuck, dude. I'm tell you what, that would be some freaking awesome shit to have a freaking disabled veteran fucking fight. UFC. I wonder if UFC would do that. Sponsored by Monster in Copenhagen.
Dude, you know, I'm gonna have to get Mom to reach out and ask.
Yeah, we'll have to ask Joe Rogan if he wants to come
So when
on.
me and you are in the ring,
Right.
like in a couple months.
Right.
It started right here.
Yeah,
And me
have-
asking Mom, hey,
Yep.
find out if you can do this because she can make anything happen. We're totally gonna be fighting in a couple months. I see it now. All the charities have to fight each other.
Yeah, all the
That's
all the vet bro charities, all the bro vet charities have to say that they donate and stuff like that.
Yes.
They got
They're
they
all
got
the ones fighting.
they have to fight each other too. Dude, I just think it's freaking funny, dude.
I mean, like all the coffee would be in like one league, all the T-shirts in another league, and then like the ones that come up on top, the top T-shirt and the top coffee ones, have to fight each other.
It would be a good event. I think it would be a damn good event. It would be a fun event.
I mean, I bet we could raise money to make that happen, and like, you know, everybody bring their best. That would actually be pretty fun. Now you're getting my mind going, and I can't do this.
Yeah.
Two things at once.
No, that would be a good. That would be a,
No, but I am. I'm like all the T-shirt guys and all the coffee guys because that's literally. I mean, I know
all
there's
the
a lot of
T-shirt
great
guys,
burgers.
all the T-shirt guys and the coffee guy.
I mean, I know there's a lot of veteran businesses out there, and I do try to support them.
Yeah, we do.
And
We break. That's why we really don't pick on any of them because we all like want to support them in their endeavors.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so we're trying to be supportive.
But then
on
we'd
this.
have to do the non-profits, and there'd be another league.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to. Oh, and then like the prize.
Yeah,
would
the
be
Karen,
whichever one wins.
the
gets
Karen
the-
class.
Yeah.
Tina says, "Oh, so you're talking about a military spouse or a military spouse?"
I mean, there might be some really good military spouse charities.
You know-
I haven't looked into them, but there might be.
As a matter of fact, if you are part of a military spouses page and you have some individuals that are in there that like to talk and be the Karen like you said. Oh my God, we're gonna get so much shit for that. I don't care.
I know we're gonna get it. It's,
Yeah, we're gonna
we
get
always
it.
get some shit for anything.
Exactly. You don't like vets.
It's usually my fault.
You don't have to talk about having. You're talking
lost
about
my
disabled vets and yeah.
Oh, disabled vets are great. Dysfunctional ones are not, and those are the ones that want to fight.
Again,
if I win,
they
I
usually
get to pick the charity of my choice.
right. But again, like I said, they're the ones that usually end up not fighting once that first, like Mike Tyson said, man. Once they hit you quite the faith. It's serious. Social media's gotten. Yeah, didn't he say that? Social media's gotten everybody comfortable with not getting punched in the face or something like that. Did he say something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Because I am very comfortable getting punched in the face, but I promise I'll punch back. Oh, we got to do this. Oh, we can't do this. Like my mind is going back and forth how to make this a thing.
You know how those LARPers, you know how they wear like suits of armor, those LARPers that wear like the medieval armor and shit?
Oh.
That's what the bro vets have to wear. Because you know, people who do PT and stuff like that and are in the army and they're fighting World War hands, then we need to do a graphic for that, man. We got to get Warhol to do a graphic, World War hands. But, you know, they're the ones that are usually doing some PT and are better in shape. But the old veterans like to talk a lot of shit. Those are the ones that have to wear, like, LARPing gear. They have to wear, like, armor. They have to wear, like, medieval armor and shit and try to swing an axe or try to swing something like that. And then, of course...
do I get a mace? Can I
yeah,
get a
yeah.
mace?
No, I have a choice. Fucking Thunderdome shit, you know what I mean?
Excited.
Yeah, but like I said, it's only the opening card, and it's only for a few minutes. Like I said, I wonder if China has any veterans that are like that. You know,
I bet they do. I bet this is like there's DVs in every country. There has to be on whatever Chinese social media.
Yeah, there's
somebody
probably
racing in their Hyundai.
That's a Korean vehicle. You're talking about their.
Oh shit! I don't know. You're right. Well, I'm sure there is Korean veterans ranting in Hyundais.
Oh my god! You know what? China. What vehicle does China have? What Chinese cars? I don't even know.
Little Hyundai-looking trucks and shit from what I've seen. I don't know if they're Hyundais though. They look the same.
I don't even know what they're. I don't even know what kind of cars they got. I mean, what type of things? So, do they rant? Yeah, do they rant in there? You know what you need to do is we need to find if the Chinese military freaking has like truck ranters.
I need to find out.
You gotta find out
really
if they
find
got
out
TikTok.
about Korean ones because I do have a lot of Katusas that are so my friend that wore Katusas, like 10, 15 years ago.
Right, but do they have?
Be something.
But do they do truck rants too? I'm just wondering, like the same veteran mentality. Because they say that veterans are veterans worldwide. So I'm just wondering, do they have disabled veterans that rant in truck, or or veterans that have only served just a little bit of time, wanting to espouse their entire decades of wisdom onto the world from there.
That's exactly what I'm going to ask them. I'm going to message them on tomorrow, like a Burke video.
Did you what?
We
haven't talked to John Burke in a long time.
Sorry,
No, it's okay. No,
equivalent of this.
He's
Korea.
Burke has been he's not been he's called a couple times on the show. We busted balls with him before.
Yeah, I know.
He's been
I'm
cool.
just picking names.
Yeah.
Do you I will send them an example of what I'm looking for and ask, do you guys have this? Because, well, first of all, most of the Katusas that I still keep in contact with were only in their 2 years.
Right. Yeah,
I don't know any Korean soldiers that were lifers.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, do Korean soldiers, the Katusas, their Katusas, do they do a stint just like how we do it? I mean, do they have a long stint or something like that?
No, I think their mandatory service is only 2 years.
But can they stay in and
yes,
and then
and that's what they call the Rock Army.
Oh, so you're done with your
army. So they do have a whole army like we do,
right?
With like lifers and
okay. So once they're done with the Katusa time, they can't stay longer, right?
No, well they could if they decide to make that their career, but every male has to be in for 2 years.
Okay, so I'm just curious.
And then some of them get to be Katusas.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm just curious. I'm wondering if they have career. Like, you find out all that stuff because we always get Russia WTF moments, and I'm like, I don't understand what's going on, and some Russian guy sending something to the inbox, and look, these saying this. I'm like, I don't understand what the hell you're saying, dude, and I speak Russian.
Right. I did not speak Korean, but like I said, all of our Katusas were really cool. Like, they get paid like next to nothing for their 2 years while they're in.
Okay.
And from what I understand, like most of the Katusas come from well-to-do families.
Yeah. Okay. Someone said.
It's just because they have had the opportunity to learn English,
right,
like almost as a first language.
Someone sent me a link to say that they have different vehicles that are like ours, but they're different. They call them they're different vehicles, but they have Audis, they have Volkswagens, they have normal.
Yeah.
They have the Soul, they have the Everest. I guess that's their Chinese manufacturer. So I'm trying to find a Chinese truck. a Chinese.
All I can see is like Korean trucks. There is no like big ass F4 250s over there because you couldn't like park it anywhere. But they do have these little Hyundai looking blue trucks is what I call them.
Yeah, we need to have World War Hands. World War Hands needs to happen. World War Hands need to happen. And like I said, UFC needs to sponsor the opening card with disabled veterans and stolen valor. That's just it. You know what I mean? Oh, excuse me. Ah, man.
Bless you.
And the audience didn't catch that, but God, man, this pollen is killing. You getting pollen too? You getting all those?
Oh yeah,
that's the allergy
it's
stuff you're getting.
Cedar pollen. It's all like descending and like making me miserable. You can see my eyes are so swollen.
Yeah,
right now.
dude.
That's
I
why
know,
we're on
man.
Video.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see my swollen eyes.
Yep, exactly. So, real quick, we were only supposed to go like not even 20 minutes after the break, but I guess we were talking about the.
We do what we want.
Yeah, exactly. We do what we want. April Fools. We're going longer. Oh man. So, real quick, we got Mom's on a break right now. She's on a break for us. So we've been like scrambling to post stuff and do stuff to keep you guys informed. We got some guests lined up that we're not confirmed yet. That's a lot of thing with us. We're kind of like mom before she took off for a couple of days. She sent a bunch of emails out to a bunch of people, and now I'm kind of like wondering, okay, who are these people calling back, or who are they? What do I do?
Oh, you don't have to do nothing. You know, we'll take care of it. But
Right. So if you guys,
I can give a little teaser.
well, I mean, no, it's okay. I mean, we just got stuff going
Okay,
on.
we won't do teasers.
Yeah, don't forget we were talking about having our second annual Memorial Day event. I mean, even though it's going to be a while from now, we're still planning for it. Last year we had a Memorial Day concert with Bayou Bandits and the gang, and I think we're going to do that again. We're trying to make sure that they're good. Once they're signed on, of course, you'll start seeing some adverts and some posts promoting the event. It's going to be pretty cool to have them come back on. They were really great. They did the Memorial Day blast for us last year. And this will be our second Memorial Day event. To honor those, of course, to celebrate their lives, toast up and remember them. And then, of course, reflect on their memory. So that's really what it's all about. Everyone talks about, that little Grim you're talking about Memorial Day. I as a matter of fact, I want people to like freaking, when I was just talking to somebody about dying, and it sounds kind of messed up and it's kind of morbid. But remember we talked about our funeral and we were like laughing about having a funeral. We're going to have people throw hands. What is it with us?
Open bar.
Yeah, we were, yeah. That's going to be open bar. We have people throw hands. Matter of fact, I'm going to have a posted list of people that I had beef with that they didn't know that they had beefs. And I'm saying, hey, look, this person I have like an open video or something like that. Like, hey, this person was talking shit about you. And here is I'll give you all the tea. Yeah, exactly. This person, no, I wouldn't do that. But I'm just saying, I want an open bar. You know what I mean? I want to have the taser in the middle of the room, and then you all have a freaking you all grab a taser. And then you start tasing each other for the prize. And the prize could be one of my motorcycles or, one of my vehicles or, I don't know, some of my credit card debt. You're going to get something. You know what I mean? It's a celebration of life. So that's really what it's all about. You can reflect their memory and celebrate the good times. And, of course, you can mourn at the same time because there's nothing wrong with happy crying. And there are some times where, you sit back and reflect on some of the memory of your friends that you've lost in battle. Or some of your family as well. So it's just one of those things. You better have EMTs. So how many X's are showing up? Ah, very funny.
Ooh, there we go.
Har. But anyways, so again, thank you for listening. Again, we have Sergeant's Time today. Friday and Saturday are open days. You never know what you're going to get because that's Friday Night Freedom or Saturday Night Savagery because Kaz is normally running that, but he's been really busy on the schedule, so he's kind of off for the moment. The Monday editions with myself and Flash, and then Tuesdays is Pop Culture Warrior with Mike Carrasquillo, also known as the Pop Culture Warrior CQ, and then of course the Unpop Culture dude, the Unpop Culture Warrior.
We love you, Radar.
Radar. But yeah, it's one of those things to where we cannot we can. You missed a show. Sorry about that, bro. Oh man, you can always catch our shows. We have broadcasted on 14 different platforms. You can download the podcast from Google Play or Apple Podcasts, and of course, right now you're listening on different platforms already. You can listen to us on Twitch. You can get on YouTube. You can go on Periscope, which is also Twitter. 2 Facebook pages. Man, I'm just like rattling. I need to drink some of this cold coffee. Bustelo Frio. Hey, Coffee Bustelo. I'm still waiting for a sponsorship. I'm more than happy. And you, tú también, Tecate. I don't mind taking a freaking, I don't mind taking some sponsorship for Tecate. Could you imagine if we got sponsored by Tecate and Coffee Bustelo? That's bliss. That's zen.
I guess I'll have to try them both then.
Yeah, that's just like zen. Hey, all of our listeners are over 21. Wink, wink. But
I mean, they should be.
We broadcast at 2000 Eastern Standard Time. If we have guests, there are 2100 or 8 o'clock start time or 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our guests, for those of you who don't habla. And, of course, this being a 4-day weekend, be careful. This is a 3-day for some, 4-day for others. Be careful. Here's your safety brief. Don't be stupid. Call a buddy. If you're feeling down or something like that, or you have somebody you want to talk to, or you just want to vent, you can just go ahead and hit us up in the inbox at U.S. Army WTF Moments, and there's going to be someone there to talk. Of course, we always post our hotlines for support. So again, don't think that you're alone. especially when you're like here shooting the shit with us. So, but anyways, y'all have a good night and shouts. You know what I mean? See you. Shouts.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
The opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.